The air in Vatican City is thick with incense. It always has been. The scent of centuries-old rituals, prayers, and solemn ceremonies fills the air, creating an atmosphere of reverence and mystery. The faithful gather, their whispers blending with the soft rustle of robes and the flicker of candlelight. But today, a different scent hangs heavy scandal. The air is charged with tension, as if the very stones of this ancient city are holding their breath, waiting for the next revelation. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, once a rising star, is gone, expelled, disgraced. His fall from grace is a shock to many. A man who once walked these hallowed halls with pride and purpose, now a symbol of betrayal and corruption. The whispers started subtly, like the rustle of cassocks in the Vatican gardens. At first they were just murmurs, easily dismissed as idle gossip. But soon the whispers grew louder, more insistent, impossible to ignore. Then they grew, echoing through St. Peter's Square. Embezzlement. The words spread like wildfire, igniting conversations and raising eyebrows. The faithful and the curious alike gathered, their faces etched with concern and disbelief. Millions of dollars missing from Caritas Internationalis, the Church's own charity organization. The allegations are shocking, the evidence damning. Financial records, once thought secure, now reveal a trail of deceit and greed. The whispers have become a roar, shaking the very foundation of the Catholic Church. The world watches, stunned. How could this happen? How could such a trusted institution be embroiled in such a scandal? How could a man so close to God, a shepherd of the flock, betray his sacred trust? The questions linger, unanswered, as the faithful grapple with their faith and the reality of human frailty. The walls of Vatican City may not speak, but their silence screams a truth too painful to ignore. They stand as silent witnesses to the unfolding drama, their ancient stones absorbing the weight of secrets and lies. In the end, the truth will emerge, as it always does, leaving behind a legacy of lessons learned and a hope for redemption. Cardinal Tagle, a name that once resonated with the virtues of humility and compassion. The name was once synonymous with humility, with compassion, and with the Church's mission to serve the poorest of the poor. He was a beacon of hope for many. With every act of kindness, he embodied the Church's mission to serve the poorest of the poor. His dedication was unwavering, his spirit unbreakable. He was the Archbishop of Manila, a position of great influence and responsibility. In this role, he became a beloved figure in his native Philippines. A beloved figure in his native Philippines, he was seen as a man of the people. He moved with ease among the downtrodden, offering comfort and hope. He moved with ease among the downtrodden, offering comfort and hope. His presence was a source of solace for many who had lost faith in the world around them. Pope Francis saw in him a kindred spirit, a man who understood the needs of the marginalized. Their bond was one of mutual respect and shared vision, a man who understood the needs of the marginalized. His elevation to cardinal was seen as a natural progression, a recognition of his tireless work. His appointment to lead Caritas, the Church's global charity arm, seemed to cement his destiny for even greater things within the Church. It seemed Tagle was destined for even greater things within the Church. His future appeared bright, his path clear. But now that image lies shattered. The once unblemished reputation of Cardinal Tagle is now marred by scandal. The allegations paint a picture of breathtaking betrayal. Accusations of financial misconduct have surfaced, shaking the very foundations of trust. Millions siphoned from the coffers of Caritas, the very funds meant to alleviate suffering. The betrayal is profound, the impact devastating. The very funds meant to alleviate suffering. The money trail leads back to Tagle, casting a long shadow over his once illustrious career. The money trail leads back to Tagle, a web of deceit spun within the hallowed halls of the Church itself. The scandal has left many in disbelief. A web of deceit spun within the hallowed halls of the Church itself. The faithful are left grappling with the harsh reality that their trusted leader may have betrayed them. Caritas Internationalis, a name that evokes images of selfless service, of reaching out to the most vulnerable. Founded on the principle of love, it has been the helping hand of the Church for over a century. From war-torn nations to disaster-stricken communities, Caritas has been a beacon of hope. But now that image too is tarnished, stained by the specter of corruption. The alleged embezzlement scheme, audacious in its scope, targeted the very heart of Caritas. Funds meant for food, for medicine, for shelter, diverted allegedly to line the pockets of those entrusted with their care. The scandal strikes at the very core of the Church's mission, leaving many to question whether true compassion can exist in a world driven by greed. The details of the alleged scheme are still emerging, each revelation more shocking than the last. It began, investigators believe, with small discrepancies, a suspicious transfer here, an undocumented expense there. But as they dug deeper, a pattern of systematic fraud became apparent. Millions of dollars funneled through a labyrinth of shell corporations and offshore accounts. The alleged mastermind, Cardinal Tagle. The evidence is mounting, a tangled web of financial transactions, forged documents, and secret communications. The investigation is ongoing, but one thing is clear. The Church has been betrayed from within. The Holy See reacts, a crisis of faith and finance. The news of the scandal sent shockwaves through the Vatican. Pope Francis, known for his humility and his focus on the poor, was said to be devastated. The betrayal cut deep, a personal blow to a man who has dedicated his papacy to reforming the Church. The Vatican acted swiftly, stripping Cardinal Tagle of his titles and responsibilities. He was ordered to return to Rome to face the accusations against him. In a rare public statement, the Vatican expressed its deep sorrow and outrage at the alleged embezzlement, vowing to bring those responsible to justice. Whispers in the pews, the faithful respond. For Catholics worldwide, the news landed like a punch to the gut. Disbelief, anger, a profound sense of betrayal. These emotions echoed from the pews of St. Peter's Basilica to small village churches across the globe. How could this happen? How could someone they trusted, someone who embodied the Church's teachings, betray them so profoundly? The scandal shook their faith, leaving many questioning the very institution they held sacred. Global repercussions, a blow to Catholic charity. The scandal's impact extended far beyond the Vatican walls. Caritas Internationalis, with its vast network of aid organizations operating in over 160 countries, faced a crisis of confidence. Donations plummeted. Governments and international organizations questioned their partnerships. The organization, once a symbol of hope, now found itself at the center of a global scandal. Its reputation in tatters. Repercussions and reforms, a church in turmoil. The scandal has plunged the Church into a period of intense introspection. Calls for greater transparency and accountability are growing louder. Some demand a complete overhaul of the Vatican's financial institutions, long shrouded in secrecy. Pope Francis, facing the biggest challenge of his papacy, has pledged sweeping reforms. He has vowed to root out corruption, to ensure that the Church's resources are used for their intended purpose, helping the poor and spreading the gospel. A crisis of faith. The long road to redemption. The road ahead is long and arduous. It is filled with obstacles and challenges that test the very core of one's beliefs and resolve. Each step forward feels like a monumental effort, a struggle against the weight of past mistakes and the uncertainty of the future. The Church must confront not only the financial misdeeds, but also the deeper crisis of faith that the scandal has exposed. The broken windows of the Church symbolize the shattered trust and the need for transparency and honesty. The congregation, once united, now sits in a state of disarray, grappling with their own doubts and fears. Trust, once broken, is not easily rebuilt. It requires time, effort, and a genuine commitment to change. The refusal of a handshake signifies the deep-seated mistrust that has taken root, while the broken cross serves as a stark reminder of the spiritual crisis at hand. Yet even in the darkest of times, hope flickers. The single candle in the dark church represents the enduring spirit of faith, a small but powerful beacon of light. The ray of light breaking through the stormy sky symbolizes the possibility of redemption and renewal, even when all seems lost. The outpouring of anger and disappointment is, in a way, a testament to the enduring power of faith. It shows that people still care deeply about the values and principles that the Church stands for. The somber expressions of the parishioners reflect their pain and disillusionment, but also their hope for a better future. The faithful demand accountability. They yearn for a Church that reflects the values it preaches. The vigil with its flickering candles is a powerful symbol of their collective desire for truth and justice. The diverse group of people praying together highlights the universal nature of this quest for redemption. The scandal, as devastating as it is, may yet serve as a catalyst for change, a turning point in the Church's long and complex history. The ruins of the Church, juxtaposed with the hopeful sunrise, suggest that from the ashes of this crisis, a new and stronger institution can emerge. The historical timeline reminds us that the Church has weathered many storms and has the capacity for renewal and growth. The journey to redemption begins with acknowledging the depth of the wound. The priest's remorseful prayer and the tears of the faithful are poignant reminders of the pain that must be confronted and healed. It is only through this honest reckoning that the path to true redemption can be found. Only then can true healing begin. The group hug and the clasped hands symbolize the power of community and solidarity in the face of adversity. Together, they can rebuild and restore the faith that has been shaken, paving the way for a brighter and more hopeful future. Please subscribe to our channel History Documentary Hub for more insightful videos and intriguing content.